Hello, hello, I'm the Movie Geek and this has been really, really fun. I'm continuing my run on the Pirates of the Caribbean films, and after watching Curse of the Black Pearl, Dead Man's Chest and At World's End, today I'm going to review On Stranger Tides. This film was different. It was a lot smaller scope and yet cost more than the previous two. And despite the ending of At World's End suggesting that Captain Jack, remembered his name again, was going to find the Fountain of Youth, we find him in London impersonating a judge. After 3 movies of Jack's impossible escape feats, we get another one, which we actually see him meticulously planning out. He's taken to the king and offered the job of leading an expedition to the Fountain of Youth. They're doing that to try and beat the Spanish. Jack escapes and it's excitingly impossible. He gets all the way to a pub and then is saved by his dad, the returning Captain Teague, played by Keith Richards. And he delivers a load of exposition and then does his best Batman impression and disappears. This leads us to Penelope Cruz, which I can't argue is a good casting choice. She's impersonating Jack and hiring men to go and work on the Queen Anne's Revenge under Captain Blackbeard. However, she's pretending that it's for Captain Jack. I'm not going into the whole film, as it's pretty much a rehash of the first film, but Ian McShane, well, I know him as Lovejoy, his portrayal of Blackbeard as one of the most well-known pirates all over the world, it was very, very good. I remember hearing the story in school of how Blackbeard, to make himself look more fearsome, would tie in matches into his beard and let it smoke like he's just come out of hell. It always stuck with me, that image, and they recreate it nicely here. So it is really good. It was awesome to see this in film. The first scene where Blackbeard comes on deck and his beard is smoking to put fear into this crew, it's great. But the problem is that's as far as it goes. I feel once we've seen Blackbeard, the mystery goes away. And despite having a magic sword that can control every aspect of the ship, he's not that scary and he becomes slightly boring. The story is Jack is a crew member aboard Blackbeard's ship and they're going to the Fountain of Youth to beat both the British and the Spanish. Blackbeard wants extra life because he's been told that a man with one leg will be killing him within a week. Barbossa is seeking revenge. He's working for the British and it turns out he has one leg now. The Spanish want to destroy the Fountain of Youth because they believe that only God can give eternal life. And the British, well, what do we always want to do? We want to claim it. It's basically the Last Crusade, but with pirates. There's some good tension between Jack and... No, I'm saying Jack. There's some good tension between Jack and Angelica, Blackbeard's daughter, and at the same time a preacher who I can't remember the name of, or to be fair, I don't care that I don't remember the name of, falls in love with a mermaid. And there's mermaids in this film as well. But the mermaid scene is quite a interesting and fast-paced one. The crew need to get a tear of a mermaid, but mermaid tears don't keep, so they have to capture a mermaid, put her in a glass case and carry her to a certain place. To get eternal life is quite a hard process. Anyway, the preacher falls in love with the mermaid, and this happens halfway through the film, so it just, again, it feels tacked on. It feels like an afterthought because they don't have Keira Knightley or Orlando Bloom, so they're just getting discount Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley to get together. It's very odd. Come to think of it, this whole film is a slight mishmash of good to moderate things and good to moderate scenes. It makes up a fairly bland whole. There's another scene where we see Jack, along with Barbossa, making an impossible escape from the Spanish to head to the fountain. Once there, at the fountain, the British arrive and the British army fight with the pirates, and then the Spanish come and all fighting stops. The British try and claim it, but the Spanish shoot the British, and then the Spanish destroy it. Barbossa cuts Blackbeard with a poisoned sword, which is poisoned with a tree frog, and Blackbeard tries to use the fountain to save his life. Angelica, his daughter, offers her life for his, but Jack, who has the water, swaps it so Angelica gets the remaining years of Blackbeard's life, which, in fairness, if this poison was quick acting, he would be dead within like minutes, so she only gained a couple of minutes. Blackbeard dies in a flash of CG, reminiscent of Indiana Jones' Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, all swirly and CGI. Didn't like it. The film ends with Captain Jack Sparrow leaving Angelica on an island, and he meets up with Gibbs, who has jumped on board of Queen Anne's Revenge and stolen a load of ships in bottles, because Blackbeard has the power to take a real size ship and put it in a bottle. It's not the most strange thing we've heard in these films. Barbossa takes Blackbeard's sword and his ship and crew, and we see him leave. Thing is, I've said a lot of negatives about this film, but in all honesty, I actually prefer this film compared to Dead Man's Chest and At World's End. And I think it's because it is a self-contained story. It's like Curse of the Black Pearl and has a clear beginning, middle and end. And the end is also a happy end, unlike what we got at the end of At World's End. At the same time, it does continue the story of Captain Jack, so the focus is on him again. This time round, the film wasn't directed by Gore Verbinski, it was Rob Marshall, and does maintain the style of the original three. Hans Zimmer's score returns, but again, it's just a rehash of all the old tunes, and what is added is fairly forgettable and bland. At this point, the fourth in the series, which was said to be a thank you to fans, is just that. It's a pirate film in the guise of Curse of Black Pearl, not bringing in anything new, except, say, mermaids and Blackbeard's appearance, but it doesn't take anything away from what the fans loved of the original film. It is fairly innocuous, it exists. There's nothing to make you shout, yay, this is great, but there's nothing that is really bad about it. That the humour's there, the action's there, the overuse of CGI is there. But, you know, what could happen? Could they get a fifth film? We'll have to see. I've been a Movie Geek. You can follow me on WordPress or my Facebook accounts. Comment in the comment section below. If you want to, please like, share and subscribe. That would help me out. And I will see you soon with another series of reviews, possibly on The Mummy. See you soon with Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tale, not Salazar's Revenge. I don't like that title. I don't know why we've got that title. Thanks for watching. There's a cat in here somewhere. Good.